Are live. Hello, everybody. I know you just saw me at 12 o'clock, but I'm here again 7 hours later because I have to catch these phenomenal women when I can. So, my next guest is a stylist, and that's why she wasn't available at noon because everybody's still getting their hair done. And so she is a special guest. She's more than just an interview. Not saying that the other ladies are just an interview, but she is my sister. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm an only child, but I have collected a set of sisters, and she is one of my closest sisters. Her children call me auntie. My child calls her auntie. And it's been 30 years of friendship. So we have been together from the highs and the lows. We have lived at 26 Georges Road on top of Domino's Pizza.
Oh, wow. 150 State Street?
150 State Street, Perth Amboy. And we learned a little Spanish. And we had a good time.
We did.
She's helped me raise my child. For those of you who don't know, I went to college and took my kid with me. So he's been to college before he went to kindergarten, and she was the second parent. So Aunt Keywanda was babysitting while I was at work. And thinking of work, we have worked as bellhops at a hotel.
We made so much money doing nothing.
Yes, we did. No, we were doing stuff. We helped the men push the carts because their wives wouldn't let them.
I walked behind them. I didn't push nothing.
I did put my hand on the cart, when the wife would say, honey, you're not going to let her push that cart, are you?
And make it tip really well.
Yes. So we've been kind of living our dreams for a long time, doing what we wanted to do. People are asking us, well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And how are you doing this? You got your kids, you're doing this, and you're doing that because then you had Jackie. And our motto was, we do what needs to be done.
Absolutely.
So the kids are grown now, and we've made several pivots in between school and raising our kids. And now we've decided that our lives are ours and we should live the way that we want to. Not saying that we didn't do that before, but now
it's wide open.
Different. It's wide open.
Whatever we want.
We are not responsible for anybody else.
We are not.
And we have wonderful kids who will actually help us if we needed it, but we're not looking to have people. We're not looking to have help. We're not looking to need help. So basically, I want to tell you guys about my friend. She has done my hair. She's not doing my hair now because I have locks, but I always used to go to her kitchen and get my hair done. And she would put a weave in and people would say, your hair looks fabulous. And I was like, thank you, it's a weave. She did it.
You're not supposed to tell people. I'm like, can you quit telling people that it's a weave? I think they should know that it's a weave.
Because you're so talented. So I just wanted people to know what you did. But I have to tell them this, that she thought that doing hair would be her side hustle. And she was in school for accounting because she needed to pay the bills. So for how long? 10 years or more?
Yeah.
I kept saying, you need to do this full time. You need to do this full time. You need to do this full time. But for the last
forever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're here forever. Get a job, do your 401k, do this, get your 2-week vacation, and run the race that all of us are running. So even though your heart wants to step out, you got to get your whole body and your mind behind it, before you actually make the move. Thank God one day I made the move.
I'm glad you made the move. And so, because we're so close, we're just having a conversation and I didn't even introduce you yet. Her name is Keywanda Jackson, my sister, my friend.
Absolutely.
And my chief circle partner, because when there's no one else in the circle, I can count on Keywanda being that partner that will help me make it through. I just, you're a salon owner. What's the name of your salon?
It's right now it's Chrome Salon and Beauty Bar.
So it's Chrome Salon and Beauty Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a skincare line called Kava.
I do. I have a skincare line called Kava Skincare.
So when did you go from a stylist to a salon owner?
Man, about when I got to Georgia, that's when I decided to get my license. So I got my license in 2005. And by 2007, I was a salon owner. My business partner, I met her. I started at a salon. She started 2 weeks after me. And we've been in business for 15 years now.
That's awesome.
It's just been a wonderful, wonderful ride. I absolutely love everything about what I do. Everything about it.
And what about working for other people?
So that's a little challenging because my other second act is once COVID hit and they shut the salons down, I started a job as a property manager, which means I'm working for someone else and I'm on somebody else's time and on somebody else's rules. So that has been, as you know, extremely challenging for me because I like to do what I like to do. And I think that me being in the beauty industry, it's for me to help and motivate people and let you see what you don't think. Like you always think, I can never do that or I can never wear that. You know, I'd like to give hope in the possibility of a new day or feeling better or whatever. When you're working for somebody else, you kind of see little cracks in the system that are not motivating and not working for anybody, you know, but it's been interesting. I'm learning a lot about the business. I do manage mobile homes is what I do. So I am learning a lot about the business, but soon I will be back to my old life with my, you know, full-time hair. And I still do my Kava. Like I just made an order today. I'm not going to make some more orders when I get done with the interview. So.
Yeah, because you're always hustling. You're always
all
doing
day.
That thing. So just to step out on the things that you've done, because, you know, I've watched you go from one salon to another, be the boss, fire some people. And every now and then you decide, I need to get a job. So tell everybody what happened when you went to JCPenney. Was it JCPenney?
Really? Are we going to JCPenney?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So I felt like I need, you know, I'm self-employed. So a lot of us are not insured. So I felt like I needed some insurance. And I said, oh, I'm going to take the job at JCPenney's. First, I get to JCPenney's and they don't pay much at all. Then they wanted the contact information for all of my clients. No, ma'am, I'm not doing that. So I make it through orientation and I'm like, okay, you know, we got goals. I got goals. I need insurance, right? So I get there, my first day, nobody's there but me, right? My first day. I'm there from like mall opens at 9 or 10. I'm there till about 1 o'clock by myself. The lady comes in, we talk. I say, I'm going to take my lunch. I got my things. I got in my car and I went to the house. And I never came back to They were calling.
Who can do that?
They were emailing. I'm not answering. I don't even care what happened. I'm not coming back. It's not happening.
So you made a pivot right there.
I made a pivot
on
right
the spot. On the spot.
spot.
This is not what I'm doing.
This is not what I'm doing.
But that's what courage does. If you have the courage, you don't have to stay in that box. You don't have to stay and please anybody. You can do what you want when you want. And this program, this series is just about that. So we're on our second, third, fourth, fifth, however many acts you need to live fulfilled. And I think we change a lot. We always are going to change. We're always going to need to make some adjustments
Right.
to stay fulfilled. If you stay in that same box, what did Muhammad Ali say? If a man is the same at 20 as he is at 50, then you wasted 30 years.
30 whole years of your life.
And so we the two of us, we kind of push each other.
Right.
Tuesday is our call day, so this is a good
Every
day.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, we're pushing each other. And sometimes it's just to feel like I'm just not going to be pushing on anything today. But
right.
we have that rapport, we have a relationship that we need to keep to make sure that we keep going.
Absolutely.
So, what would you say to a young person who is just starting out and wants to be in the beauty industry?
I would say try everything, because when you're young and you come into the beauty industry and you have all these aspirations and hope and all this stuff, you'll have the elder stylist going, girl, that ain't gonna work. You should do this and you should do that, because they've been there. But just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it's not going to work for the next person. So when you come in starry-eyed, full of hope, and school teaches you how to get a license. They don't teach you how to make money. So true enough, some of the ideals are unrealistic, but I've seen people come out of school and just been eaten alive because of all that ain't gonna work and do it this way, and non-positive help. So I would just say try everything. Don't leave anything on the table. If you want to try and see if it works, your way might work. Your personality might make it work. Sometimes things don't work for you because you have bad juju. You know what I mean? You do. So, it's just a matter of everything lining up the right way.
And if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. Try something else.
And even if it doesn't work, you may find another avenue that works better for you just because you tried that. Right.
Absolutely. Sometimes trying stuff like little niches, sometimes there's a hole in the industry, and all you have to do is find that little hole, and every industry has one, and you just walk right through it, and you might find it while you're trying one of these things. You never know what can happen. You never know.
So I want to tell you all that her hair is her calling card. It looks good today.
Thank you.
It always looks good. It's always looking good. And I'm the friend who's like, I don't care what happens to my hair. But she had platinum blonde hair for a while.
For some years.
We were in Chicago, just walking down the street, and people kept staring at us. I was like, why are people staring at us? And she was just like, not paying it any attention because she was used to it. But for me,
absolutely,
I was amazed. Everybody was stopping and staring. I'm like, why are they staring at us? But they were looking at your hair. And that was your calling card. So you always have a calling card. You always make sure that you stand out.
I don't remember passing out one card when I had that platinum hair. People would come up to me and say, you have to be a stylist. And I'd be like, yep. And then they'll take my information and go from there. Like in about 4 years, I didn't pass out any cards. I just walked around. I got on the bus, rode the bus. I did all kind of things to gain clientele. Just by being, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I guess you're glad you're not an accountant at this point.
I'm glad.
If you quit JCPenney's,
I'm glad.
And you've just about had enough of this property management stuff. If you were an accountant working at a desk,
I would be so frustrated and uptight. I would be really uptight. I'm uptight now when I have to go to work.
So I'm glad that you took the leap. It took you a while because I've been yelling and screaming since 1989. 1989.
Yeah.
But you did it.
I did it.
So later is not never. So So
Right.
for people who know that they have some things that they need to do, some ambition and passion in their heart to do some other things, it's not too late. As
Right.
long as you're breathing, it is not
Never
too
too late.
late. Now I just want to talk to you about Kava.
Yes, my wonderful skincare line I love so much.
Yes. Tell me about Kava.
So Kava was born, we frequently have people come into the salon. So a lady came in and she had scrub. I love scrubs. I'm all about skin. And she had a coffee scrub.
I turned the thing on just a little.
She had coffee scrub. We had coffee scrub, and I just thought, it could be a little more, it could be more. So if you know me, you know that everything I wear, I mix, from my foundation to my lipstick to my perfume. I customize almost everything I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started kind of mixing things and researching what goes well with what. And I chose my primary ingredients are everything that absorbs. Because I felt like the worst feeling in the world is your mama putting that Vaseline on you going out, because I feel like all my skin stopped breathing. I was like, this is awful. So everything I chose absorbs. So caffeine is one of my main products. It absorbs. Jojoba absorbs. I use aloe. I found a nut from Hawaii called kukui nut oil. It not only absorbs, but it protects, and it helps with eczema and psoriasis and stuff like that. So I did my mixing. I did a few, samples. I ended up having to find me a cosmetic chemist. Now, the weird thing is I live in Atlanta and there were no cosmetic chemists. So I ended up having to work with someone out of Boston, and I made the product and it was received very well. And it's been 2 years now. I've had some ups and downs with formulating product. Takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of experimenting, just ordering different things to make sure everything works. And I'm here now, and it's been a wonderful ride. I really have like 8 products right now. In the middle of construction, everything. So I'm just starting off branding my original baby, my coffee scrub. And it's all of me coffee scrub now, because through the years, I made it as a facial scrub, but I just let clients tell me what they use it for. And it's been wild. I have a guy who puts it on his feet, scrubs his feet with it, so his new sneakers don't stink ever. Because coffee takes away the smell.
Oh, wow.
And I have a lady who transitioned from deodorant to natural deodorant with it, because again, coffee takes away the smell. So
I didn't know that.
Right. It's just the weird little thing. Someone uses it as a hair conditioner or a scalp treatment. And I have a spa. They use it for cellulite treatment, which is natural because caffeine kind of shrinks down cellulite. It dehydrates cellulite. So cellulite treatment, facial back mask, the list goes on and on about what people use it for. So I only thought it was right for me to rename it All of Me Coffee Scrub. So that's what it is. And it's great. It's great. I've moved up a tier in my business. So now I sell the product, but now I'm a private labeler. So I have some spas who get their product from me and put their own label on it, which I love because I love to be anonymous. So that gives me the opportunity to just mix, which is one of my favorite things to do, to just mix and, give them the product to do what they want to do with it.
And be you.
Excuse me?
I said, and be you.
And be you, right. And be
so me. You can mix and be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And not have to get out front.
Right.
But we all know that you do well out front as well.
I do. I always prefer the anonymous role though. I do well out front because I'm an entrepreneur. You have to not sell yourself, but just, be one with the people, at all times. So that's where I am with that. I'm one with the people.
You're one with the people.
I'm
So
one
what's next for you?
What's next for me is actually a supplement. During my research, collagen is like 75% of our body, from our insides to our skin. And we start losing collagen between 16 and 25 years old. Once I started reading how important it was for like your bodily functions, and it's the most protein you have in your body. So I'm looking for some kind of supplement to add to my line, because I think that's is very important, especially for skin. We need collagen to keep the elasticity in our skin, and also it's very good for your organs. So I'm trying to find a supplement to bring to the line to kind of replenish what we lose every day.
And see, that's something I didn't know either.
Yeah.
You haven't shared that on our Tuesday call.
I didn't, because I'm researching. I'm in development mode, man.
Okay. Anything else you have going on?
Actually, no. Not at the moment. I'm in mixing frenzy because it's Christmas. So
Yeah.
the people who order for me are giving for gifts. My clients are giving for gifts. So I've been here all day mixing. When we finish, like again, I'm going to start mixing again. And I've just been delivering right now. I'm looking forward to the total relaunch of Kava Skincare. Like I said, I have 8 products, so I'm just slowly bringing them all out, and looking forward to going back full time.
Back full time.
Yeah.
Because you know what you want.
I
But
know
sometimes you have to make some adjustments.
Pivot.
Yeah, you got to pivot, and especially during this pandemic.
Right.
We've all been out since March, I think. And
March
we
of
thought
last
maybe
year.
it would be just, maybe June we'll be back. And we're not back. So you have to make moves. You have to change the way we do some things. And so that's what's happening. And I like what I see.
Thank you.
So you're going to release your products, the 8 new products, one at a time?
One at a time.
Okay.
One at a time, yeah.
So where can we go to see the announcements for the release?
So on Facebook, I'm the official Kava Skincare, and Kava is Kava. Instagram, Snapchat, Kava Skincare, and also www.kavaskincare.com. You can find me on all of those avenues.
Okay, so you're going to announce them?
I am.
On each one of your social media?
Well, the scrub right now is ready now. You can order the scrub off my Facebook on your shop. You can use
it for your hair, for your cellulite, for whatever it is that you...
Whatever it is. Even young kids use it, kids with eczema. So I try to use everything is organic inside of it. So it's been, even you use it, Miss Sensitive Skin. I didn't know.
And I have the worst sensitive skin. But I use it when I put it on my face. Then I use it. I just use it kind of like a mask. And then get in the shower. And then I just wipe it off. And I don't have to put moisturizer because, I'm the bare minimalist. So I don't want the lashes. I don't want the makeup, unless I'm actually going somewhere. So, but it's enough to moisturize and move on.
Yes.
So it works for me.
Yeah.
It absolutely works for me. And I'm looking forward to the other products. I didn't know I could use it on my feet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to try that.
Yes, the nail salons use it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it on my feet.
Yeah, you should try it. Try it out. I'm going to put a list of everything that everyone says that it could be used for. But I'm on my relaunch, my page, and all my other stuff.
Okay. But until then, we can still go to Kava?
To the Facebook, official Kava Skincare.
Official Kava Skincare, Kava.
Kava. Yeah.
All right. So we're 27 minutes in, and I have a few questions that, of course, I have to ask everyone. What
Okay.
is your favorite quote?
So it's not really a quote. It's
But you're always unique, right? You're always unique. So go ahead.
I told this girl a quote. It's not a quote. It's just a saying that kind of keeps me going. I think I saw it. I posted it. I think I saw it on Facebook, but it says, "Don't stop. Like, keep going because you're only 5 minutes from the miracle happening." So that gives me inspiration to keep going. So what I do is, if I'm having a bad day and I'm like, I'm gonna quit, I'm quitting all this stuff, I'm just quitting everything. And then I give myself a 5 minute warning. And then I sit down and I said, okay, if I can do this for 5 more minutes, I can do it for another hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
So that little phrase right there, I'm 5 minutes from the miracle happening. I can't stop right now. Just keeps me going and keeps me motivated. So that's what I use.
And that's a quote.
Well,
It is a quote.
Alrighty.
It's a good quote too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And lastly, on whose shoulders do you stand? Because of course we didn't get here by ourselves.
We didn't. I stand on my mother's because she gave me my superhuman ability to multitask. Because I do 1,000 things in one day. And just watching her strength, throughout the years. My mother keeps going, and that's exactly where I got it from. I'm going to go around you, through you, under you, any way I can to get to my point. And my great-grandmother, Janie McCrone, my girlfriend, I love my great-grandmother. She was amazing. And she was tough. She was tough, but she was one that she's going to do what she wants to do, when she wants to do it, and she doesn't care who's looking. Doesn't care who's looking or who's around or who doesn't like it. And so
I loved her. And she wouldn't go back to Georgia. For all of you who don't know, Miss Janie lived in Savannah, right? Did she live in Savannah? And then she moved to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so when the family that stayed there tried to bring her back, she would not come. She was not going back to the old South. And they kept trying to tell her, it's different now.
She was not.
And she did not care. And she came to Philadelphia and did what she wanted, how she wanted.
When she wanted to. I loved her. I loved my great-grandmother.
And that's why I asked the question, on whose shoulders do you stand? And it's usually some strong woman who taught you how to move forward. And you spoke of your mom, and she was a military wife. So your dad was usually stationed overseas, and you guys stayed stateside most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah, that's true.
And so she kind of operated as a single mom. And she had to keep some things going and be both mom and dad until your dad got home. So
right. Absolutely.
And so that's why you're always doing this and doing that. I think, and then your circle. What about your circle? What does one need in their circle to be a good pivoter, to make the changes that they need to live the life that they want?
The people you need in your circle?
Mm-hmm.
People like you, people who are motivating and are people who aren't afraid. Mm-hmm. People who can see the possibility in the smallest thing. Not someone who looks for all the problems. Like, I don't want to hear the problems right now. Like, I'm going this way. You're back there somewhere.
Or the reason that you can't.
And the reason that you can't. And 9 times out of 10, they are not my reason. They are yours. So no, I'm not listening to that. Yeah.
And I just have to tell the audience that I'm the kind of person that I'll sit down and I'll look at something or do something and I go, oh, I need to buy a property. And I call Keywanda and say, I'm going to buy another property. And she goes, all right, girl, I'm with you. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then she calls me up and she says she wants to do this. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Let's do it. So we kind of push each other. And then there's days that we go, it just didn't work out. And so our motto is that if I see you digging a hole, I'm not going to say that's a hole and you're wrong and this, that. I'm just going to stand on the edge and hold the rope. And hold the rope. And hold the rope. And like, keep clapping and clapping and clapping. And when you had enough, let the rope down, no questions asked, and we'll move on to the next thing. Because for me, and I know for you, for us, there's no such thing as wasted time. If you try something and you don't like it, you move on. If you try something and you failed at it, you figure another way to do it. And so as we change, our circle changes, the members in the circle change. She's one of my constants. It always stays that for 30 years.
30 whole years.
People in, revolving around, coming in, coming out, but I know that my core is the same because we push one another. We're totally different and it works for us. And the whole thing is the encouragement and the partnership that we have. And I love you, girl. And I'm so glad that you could join me. And tell everybody where they can get Kava again.
The official Kava Skincare, all other social media, Kava Skincare, and www.kavaskincare.com.
So let me see if anybody has any questions. Are there any questions for Keywanda? I think what happened before is happening now. My phone is a little slower than the computer. And so therefore, the questions come a little later than I'd like them to.
Oh, well.
But yeah, it usually works really good, but today it hasn't been. So I'm just going to check one more time before we close out and see if there are any questions. Nope, I don't see any, but we'll pass them on. We'll pass them on to you if I find any in the
no problem. I'll keep a lookout for them.
But they've been watching. We've been watching, and I hope we've inspired some people to step out of their comfort zone.
Keep moving that way.
That way. Step out your comfort zone. Do whatever it is that you want to do, whether you're afraid, do it afraid. Because when you get to the other side, you'll take a deep breath and feel like, why did I wait so long?
I made it. Yep.
Why did I wait so long? I should have just done it a long time ago. And then make sure you have some friends that will help to push you on your journey. I've been at a job for how long? 19 years. Love the job. But the last 5 or 6 had become so toxic. It was ridiculous. And I decided to leave for my health, for my growth. And I moved on to a different job, doing the same thing with a different title. And everybody was looking at me like, girl, you are crazy.
I was like, go, girl.
And she was like, go. I was like, I don't have a place to stay. Get an apartment and let's go. And so it's always nice to have somebody in your corner that'll say, yeah, you can do it. Go ahead and do it. And I'm so much happier for it. My hair is no longer falling out. My skin is no longer breaking out. And I can use Kava and go on and do all the things that I want to do. So whenever you're in fear, that means just go ahead and do it.
It means there's something good waiting for you on the
other side.
When it makes your heart just sink and you're like, I can't do it, you can. Keep it moving.
And your knees are knocking, just go ahead and do it.
You'll feel 1,000% better.
and you'll be fulfilled. The whole thing is there's some, like you said, there's something good on the other side. So
Absolutely.
fear comes to stop you. There's something else that I wanted to talk about, reinventing yourself. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about books that we've read.
Right.
And the Dapper Dan book.
I knew you were going to go there because that is my guy.
The Dapper Dan book took us to another level.
He lived
First of
1,000
all,
lives.
he brought out the history of the people who migrated from the South to the North. So, you know, my history buff self was just thrilled with him telling that story about the different sections in Harlem of South Carolinians and North Carolinians in Georgia. And the people didn't really, they only hung with the people that they came north with. But the fact that he took everything that he learned, and it wasn't in school, he opened a book.
He wasn't.
Asked people, if he wanted to do something, he went and he asked somebody how they did it. And then he put his own spin on it.
Yep. And every time they tried to stop him, he came up with another way. Like, you could not stop. Please read the Dapper Dan book.
Even when he stopped himself, he decided, I'm going to do something else.
And did it.
He had riches, and then he was broke. And then he decided, oh, I can do this. And he just went over and started doing something else. And then he's locked up in jail. And then he's doing this, and he's reading this book. And he's like an alchemist.
He never stopped. It's an amazing journey. I would like to be known as, you know, I won't stop. Because it was crazy.
I recommend everybody read the Dapper Dan book.
Please.
And so, like I said, when I went to school, I was a single mom. And Keywanda helped me. And there were times when we lived it, and especially in Perth Amboy, I had no money and you had $6. You gave me $3.
Hey,
and we made it work. And we made it work. And we decided we were going to do something. We just went and we did it. And then something happened around 30, 20, 28, 29, 30. I bought my house at 27. Something happened around 30 where I just wanted to play it safe, pay the mortgage, make sure your kids get out of school. And I kept saying, remember when we would just step out and do whatever needed to be done, and we just felt so fulfilled? I wanted to get back to that point. And there was always a book, a saying, and each other to bring us back to, you gotta start doing some other stuff, which is what led me into teaching. So I decided I would be entrepreneurial. You were an entrepreneur, but I had to have some insurance and I needed to raise my son.
Right.
So I learned to follow you and be entrepreneurial in my position. And when I couldn't do that anymore, that big leap was to leave that job that I had for 19 years. And I was only supposed to be at this job for 1 to 2 years. And now it's been 5. So this pandemic has given me an opportunity to just reassess.
Absolutely.
And rethink what it is that I want to do. I've been wanting to write a book forever.
There it is.
And who cheered me on?
Me.
Miss Kava. Kava, my Kava cheerleader. And so at that same time, you were doing Kava and putting it together, and we're out looking for chemists and doing everything that we could. Passing out samples, and you just need those kind of people in your life. Whatever it is you want to do, I'm always going to have your back. And I know you're always going to have my back.
We have been for 30 years. We can't stop now. We're married.
That's right. We just got to keep it going. We're married, but we clean up after ourselves.
Right. Hello.
So for everybody out there, if you have not read Dapper Dan's book and you need a fire lit under you, yes, give it as a Christmas gift. We actually should probably do a book club. My cousin has a book club.
She needs to put Dapper Dan
reading Asada now, but so that's for January. the next book may need to be Dapper Dan's book.
If you want to reinvent yourself and you just don't know
Over
how,
and over
please
again. And this is not, I like the Steve Harvey Reinvent Yourself, but he's in a place where there's people that help you. The Dapper Dan lost everybody.
He had opposition.
He lost
always.
his money, always competition, and he would lose everything and everybody when he lost his money, and he could still reinvent himself.
That is amazing.
Yes, it is. So we promoted Dapper Dan. We promoted Kava.
Well, I'm the Dapper Dan of skincare. I just want to say that.
All right now. Sounds good. The Dapper Dan of skincare.
The Dapper Dan of skincare.
I agree. So please, everyone who's listening, please check out Kava Skincare line on Facebook. And there's people, they're posting it. Oh, they found it on the Facebook Kava Skincare line. Official Kava Skincare.
Skincare, yes.
And so Tanya says she's looking it up and booking it now. And thanks for they're looking for the book, the Dapper Dan book. We're absolutely, what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to do a conversation about Dapper Dan because he absolutely is just himself.
He's changed
He's nobody.
Everything I do. Because I don't care. I'm doing it.
He has done nothing conventional. Not a relationship, not raising his children.
No.
Everything he's done has been just his way.
And then, because sometimes losing a little bit can stop people. When I say this man lost everything.
Yeah. But he always, and the other thing is, he looked at what somebody else was doing. And when he put his spin on it, he always outdoes the other people.
He found that little hole, like you doing it
hole
this way,
that you were talking
that
about.
Little hole, I'm going to do it this way. And this is how it's going to happen.
And just imagine if everybody would actually just be in their lane. And your lane doesn't mean that you're doing one thing. Your lane is where you're fulfilled and where you're doing what your passion and your purpose is. You're on fire. If you're in that lane, and if everybody was doing that, this world would be so much better because we would be void of counterfeits and copies.
That's right.
People pretending to be things that they're not.
Right.
People trying to keep up with the Joneses. And have you seen the meme that says, "Don't keep up with the Joneses"? Their card was declined at Walmart. Stop trying to do that. Be you. Be you. And if the job that you have, like I talked to Georgia earlier today, there are some people that are supposed to be on their 9 to 5. They are not entrepreneurs. That is what they're supposed to do. However, you can be entrepreneurial in your job.
Yeah.
You could set some goals and then make them work for you.
The point is to move at all costs.
Yes.
Move.
Don't
be stagnant.
I think if you're stagnant, you're not just standing still, you're moving backwards because everything else is going forward. So you are losing ground. You're not just standing still, holding on to things. You are actually losing ground.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for our FITV group. I'm not going to tell you what FITV stands for, but
we can't tell you.
We're 2 members of the FITV group. We're always doing some things. Behind me is the picture of my 50th birthday retreat. We all were supposed to do a retreat for this whole year. So the only person that got to do it was me because the pandemic shut everything else down. So I'm looking for 51 to turn up and celebrate because we had 18 months of partying to do.
We did.
And it only got
abruptly.
We got 45 days in. So I made it to 2 50-year-old parties, my own and one in California. But next year and the year after that is our time. So we want everybody to stay safe. And we're gonna have to let you know when we'll talk about the Dapper Dan thing. I'm hoping my cousin and her group might read that book, and then we could all join in.
Everybody should read Dapper Dan's.
Reinvent yourself, step out on faith, kick that box out of the way, and get out of your comfort zone.
And go that way.
That way. Bring friends.
That way. And
anybody who doesn't want to go, you got to leave them behind. That doesn't mean you don't help them. That doesn't mean that you don't associate with them, but you need to keep building your circle with people who are doing more than you are. And if you don't have that circle right now, read some books, starting with Dapper Dan's.
Starting with Dapper Dan's.
All right, everybody. I don't
Thanks
think
for
I
having
see
me.
anything. Thanks for coming. I'm so glad that we had this conversation in our way. It is a little more relaxed than I usually do, but you're my girl.
It was gonna be relaxed, you know.
You're my girl. And so we took the liberty to go a little further and, you know, do a little something different. But I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'm glad you came back for round 2 because we had round 1 earlier.
Yeah.
And I wish you a good night, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I stopped the live stream.
Okay.
The live has stopped.
That was awesome. We talked about everything. This is like girls' chat.
Yeah. I was like, we're gonna do this a little different.
They got invited to our Tuesday. They didn't even know.
Look, Muffin done put up the Audible Dapper Dan thing. she put up the official Kava skincare thing for you. She did it.
That's what's up. Yeah, that book is amazing.
Yes, this was an amazing interview.
It was epic. It was very it was free. You know what I mean? It was free. Yeah, I was talking to my friend.
Yeah, and that's what we need to do sometimes. I'm gonna stop the recording, so that'll be